what we start from the electric power. Here is L1, L2, L3. L1, L2, 3 is fire line, and P is protected earth line. P is protected earth line. This is 220 surface, 220 surface for the Colombia and the USA and some place for the P is protected earth line. And because here we only have C line, so we collect the C line. We use transformer, and here is the inside part. And this AC driver, this one is AC driver, and this is PLC, and here is the step motor, and solid state relay, and here is solid state relay. This is 240 here. This is 240 heating. This is 240 heating. And here is another 240 here. Another solid state relay for the normal heater. And here is the total power. You can check this working load. And here is the 10. And here is other relay. This one is power bank. This is power bank. This is conductor. This is conductor for the oil tank. And this one is the preheating mode. And here is the learning motor. And here is the preheating motor. And here is the power bank. And here is the signal inboard. And here is the lamp. This here is the heater. Heater 1, heater 2, heater 3. Heater 4, and here is the main heater. Heater 1 is the heater 1, heater 2. Heater 2 is ceramic hot air. Heater 3 is ceramic hot air, and heater 4. Heater 4 is aluminum hot air for the learning. Heater 4. And here is for spare, for the bottom and for spare. And here is a switch, paper side switch for the paper feed switch, and here is the learning switch, learning motor. Learning motor is for this one, for this motor. And here is the blower switch and air switch. Air is for the compressor, and the blower is for the compressor blower. For the blow the carb out, for the collector. And here's the learner, and here's the blower switch and air for the air, compressed air. Of course, after collect the power, and you should collect the compressor. The compressor is collected here. Here's the filter. The pressure is about 0.2 or 0.3 to 0.4. And this one for lift. Lift the wall, open, close, here is the control by this one. Here's for the lift, and you can see here is close, drop, here is close, here lift. After it's lift up and you open. If you want to drop, close. Here is control the water. And here is this one is the oil tank. For the oiling, machine oiling. And here is the feed the bottom paper. And here is the jointer. And here is the conveyor for the cardboard can come out. And here, inside is oil. And here is the main motor control. Here is the relay. Here is the controller. Here is the remote controller. And this one is spare for the double P. Here, this one is step motor for the paper, for the bottom paper feed. This one pour the bottom. for the bottom paper, and here is fed by the step motor. Step motor feeds. Here is the sensor. This is to take the paper, and this one is for the absolute. This one for absolute should open and off, open and off. And you should collect the stabilizer. Stabilizer for the absolute table 220. The stabilizer for the absolute table 220. And here is the control panel. Control panel. Here is the total power. Total power switch on off, and here is alarm switch. Alarm switch on off. And here is the start. To start button, you need 2 fingers together to start the machine. To start button. If you press 1 finger, 1 button, will not start. Only 2 fingers together. 2 fingers together starts. And here stop the machine. Stop the machine. And this one is jog. Point moving, point movement, and jog. Step by step moving. Step by step moving. It's moving step by step. It's moving step by step. And here is urgent stop. Urgent stop. And paper sack. Paper sack means feed the paper. Sack the paper. Start to sack the paper. And here is the remote controller. Remote controller. Here also have urgent stop. Urgent stop and also jog. Jog is the point movement, same jog. Step by step moving. And here is the jog absolutely working. Jog here wave. Jog is absolutely. Jog absolutely waving. Jog absolutely working. And the jog sack paper. While you press jog, you can control sack paper for the adjustment. Here's the wave roll, and normally that means sometimes a little adjustment you should return back a little. This one is a wave roll. We rotate. For example, normally the machine is rotated like this way. You should, if you want to return back, use this one. And here is absolute, and here is the cooler the absolute heater, and here is the fan cooler the absolute. And here is the cyclic oil, and here is the cap frame. So right now we are going to, here is the cap bottom knurling. Right now we are going to clean, collect the power and show you how to start the machine. Of course, after the finish, you should collect the pipe to the collector. Here is for the collector to the pipe. The pipe collector is here. The pipe collector is there. Okay. But now we should, of course, you should fill in the oil. The oil should inside. It's about 25 to 35 kiloliter, and the oil should cover. Almost cover here, but not over to this here, to this side. Almost cover here. Because the motor, the pump, oil pump is there. You should cover the pump. And enough oil. And you should check this side, 8 parts moving on the touch there. And oil is working good or not. Okay, right now we collect the power. Right now we collect the button. 是不是要先接电呢？先把电接起来嘛。这边。Right now we should open the power. 有电了吗？这里面？We should open the total power. 不是那里，这里。We should open the total power. We'll open the total power, and we will wait the PLC working. Here is the total power on. And you should check. This one, absolute, is on or not. Absolute. This one is absolute, is working or not. Absolute is working or not. and here is button. And also you check the compressor. You see the power is on. Right now we click the button. You can lift up. You can lift up and then we click. 那好，装一下了。Here we fit the button paper. From this side and here should open. Here should open. Open and open the water and take enough, long enough. And then from here and to this side together. Of course, this one you should adjustment against the paper ones and go to inside. Here is a running jog. Here is a jog moving. 哦，等一下，那个要先用那个，等一下先不要解锁，先不要解。After while you open, there will show emergency stop. Emergency stop. That means there are first open. You should use remote controller. Press urgent stop and turn off. Okay, right now the total power is working. The machine total power is off because we have urgent stop and you should do it. Every time you turn on the power, if you do not want this happening, you can switch off. You can switch off on the parameter on the parameter page and alarm. The next page. If you do not want this showing, you can switch off. You can switch off the angle start. You can main page. The parameter, alarm page, main page, monitor page, parameter. To start rejection. This one normally no use. For this one. And parameter. Manual page, auto page. Here you see config master on. The learning motor will learning with the machine working. Temperature alarm. You should low button alarm and couple with alarm and here button for the short alarm. Okay, we will fit the button first. We find shorter line. For this one. Okay, we will do it first. For the remote controller, if you do not want to use it, you can show this remote control on off. Right now is off. Right now is on. And the user manage, you can on off. You can use on off. You need password. 是2829还是6688？这个是2829还是6688？不对。You can use the password. You can use the password if you want to change 2928 or 2829. 2829. It's on off. Use the password and here is the remote controller. This one is for the remote controller. In the auto page, in the main page. In the main page, the user manage. Remote controller and on off. Remote controller on off. Okay, we fit the button. We fit the button, and you can use remote controller and also use hair jog, to check, because to loose down, and then the paper can show the button fit, and you should fit the paper enough. Come out here. The sensor can be touched, and then we press on this, and then you can auto running. And here also, see, separate, this one also, and we can test one paper to check the paper punch is okay or not. Okay, here is the bottom feed. Is the bottom feed for the bottom punch. You can check the bottom punch feed good or not. You feed good or automatic feeding. And we can feed one paper. We can go into here is already turn on and the power, and we are not. We are going to start the machine. If you want to test, you should turn on the heater.这些不用开啊。
就把这里。
这边是不用开的是吧？
风机要开吗？
Well, this side you should turn on the blower. 这个呢，这个不用开是吧？气源开关。
这个不用，这个因为它是这种吹气的。
Because this one is ceramic hot air. This one is ceramic hot air, so no need the others. You should turn on the blower. The blower is for this one. The blower for the close the cups. The blower. And then you should turn on the heating. Heater 1. Heater 1 is this one. Heater 1. The first heating. Heater. Heater 2. Heater 2 is this one. Heater 3. Heater 2 and heater 3 is ceramic hot air. When you turn on, you should check the air. Where the air out or not? 这风很小哎，这风很小哎。哦，这里出来啊。You should check the air, whether the air out or not, because here is a blower. This blower control there. This one must be open. 这样是开的吧？这是关。
调大调小。
This one is adjustment to the blower. The blower is big or small, and you should. This one is a switch, and this one is a heater 4. Heater 4 is for this one. Heater 4 for the aluminum heater. For the ceramic hot air, you should pay attention. For the ceramic hot air, you need to check the blower. Blower must working because if there is no blower, will auto damage. Will damage this one. Will damage the form thickening. And if you turn off if you want to turn off the machine, you should turn off here first. Turn off here first, and do not turn off the total power. Do not turn off the machine power. You can turn off this power, but do not turn off the machine power source from the. You do not turn off here. Do not turn off the power from here, because you need cool. You should need to cool this blower, this heater. That means you need to wait 5 minutes. Well, I will show you later. When I want to stop the machine. Okay, here is open the heater, and wait. And here is air socket only. Because we can do it in that place, under the Air switch is loaded. This one is for the compressor hot air. And here is the Knurling motor. Knurling motor is normal loaded, but you can check it. You can check to check the. This one is open. Blower. This one is open. The Knurling motor is control the Knurling. We can check the voltage. The voltage should be clockwise voltage. For example, we can check. This one should be clockwise. Must be clockwise. If this one counterclockwise voltage, you should change. You should exchange 109, 1, 2, 3. Exchange two of them and until this one is working properly. This one is working properly. And also you should check the machine voltage in the right direction. This voltage, clockwise voltage. The main mode is clockwise voltage. This one is clockwise voltage. And here, this one, and also you should check the oil pump. You should check all the oil pump. Oil pump is in the manual page. You can check the oil pump working or not. The manual page in the oil pump. You press the oil pump. You see? It's working or not. You should press the oil pump to check the working or not. You should oil the machine. Here's your emergency stop. Here's your emergency stop, and you press on and remote control off. Every time you turn on the total power, turn off the total power, he will do it. As we said, you should check the oil pump in the manual page. Here is the pre-feed motor for the bottom feed motor and the third motor bottom feed. Oil pump, the Knurling, top Knurling, and the air blower for the another system, not for the thermic hot air. This is for absolute. Check the absolute working. You see, there's voice and the oil pump. We check the oil pump working. You see, while you press on, the oil pump should working and should suck the oil and the oiling. You see the oiling start working. Okay, what the oil is coming. So you must check. You should check the power correct or not. This oiling. And also in the auto page, oil pump continue work, oil pump interim work. This one is continue work. We can check the machine and start oiling. You see the oiling. Inside is oil.这里油太大了。
油管油太大了。
Inside oiling. Check the oil. Inside oiling. Last way check the oil pump. And the most important, you do not while the machine working. Do not stop the machine, the mode on the hot air. Do not stop the mode. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. You must separate. You must separate it because here is hot air. Okay, for the start, we can start the machine and one the two button to start the machine. That one right now is one job. Just we checking one job step by step marking. step by step. And here is one job. This one same work. This one is the same work. Press. Same work. And you want to start the machine to two button. 这两个 two button together to start the machine. Two button together. And wait seconds. And you can see what now the machine is working. What now the machine is working. And you should check absolutely working. And the button is collapsed. This one is for the sensor test. Button collapsed. And we can feed one paper. We can feed one paper to check. We can feed. 等一下，那个出来。We can feed one paper to check. To check it's working all. The button feed. And check the learning. And the curling. Of course, maybe the setting not good because right now the machine. And if you want to stop the machine, you should stop here. Have auto pin angle. You press stop. The machine will auto stop with angle. Here is the cups. Here is the cups finish. Here the cups come out. So if you want to start the machine, you should use two finger. To check the machine is running. Here's cup from paper feed here. The P upside. The P upside inside. P upside inside. And here is the silent oil. Here is the silent oil. And here is cup from feed. Outside sealing. And the sensor detect. And lift to the board. And this one detects the body coming. And the bottom feed. And then you should wait the temperature valve. While temperature valve, we can start the machine working. This one is for spare. This one spare for the double P. This one for spare. For double P. You need a pipe. You need a pipe from here to the double P. For the double P, you need a pipe sometimes. And here is locating. Okay, here is one machine, and if you want to, of course, you should collect the pipe. Collect the pipe is simple and easy. The pipe is from here. You should collect the pipe. And then blower to the collector. The collector should also have the power. The power and also for the compressor. Oil compressor. Power and compressor. And here is a switch. And here is a lumber. And here is for the jog. Okay, here's the machine is running, and we can. 能拿得出来吗？手能拿得出来吗？来得及吗？啊？很难拿出来啊。Okay, we can try another paper. If you want to normally one, you should feed the paper here. For example, we can try one paper because here not clear the pipe. It's difficult to turn out. One paper, two paper will turn off. It's working, and here also feed the paper, also feed the bottom. There is one sleeve, one body, one paper bottom. Okay, here's show you how to run the machine. Okay, we can stop. It's auto stop. And here you must collect the pipe. because this is big size, difficult to take it out. Okay, here is if you want to turn off the power, you can turn off the total power. You can turn off the total power and turn off the power here. You should wait the compress the cool the blower. You should wait the blower cool the core, and then you turn off the machine power from the power source. For example, you should wait 5 minutes. For example, we turn off this. It's already turned off the ceramic motor, but this still working. This we need the power to cool the ceramic heater. The blower should cool this one, the core, and then will auto stop, and then you can turn off the total power, and then you can turn off the total power. After that, then you can turn off the total power, and you can turn off the power from the power source. You can turn off from the power source. Okay, here is the collect the machine. I will show you what's the process, the program. Like we said, here is the sack paper. Here is paper sack paper. Start sack paper. Start sack paper. Turn on, turn off. The same work, sack paper. You click on sack paper, click on sack paper. And here two buttons start. Here jog moving and urgent stop and stop. Alarm switch. After machine working, you want to start alarm system. Alarm switch. They are ready for auto stop. And here is the inside. Fan feed, this one must be on, and the learning motor. That means learning. The learning together with the machine while the machine running. The learning motor working while the machine running. And the oil pump continuous work. It's continuous working. And you can choose this one. Oil pump interval work. Oil pump work 5 minutes and stop. And the feeding weight empty the quantity. Quantity is here, empty the quantity, how many pieces. Here speed, you can change the speed, normally do not change many. Here the limit 80, here the limit 80. Here the feeding weight normal loaded change. Of course, later have problem, you can tell us. The feeding weight is for the step motor, for the bottom feed motor. And here is a plan, you can plan how many cups. And here is the total quantity, how many quantity, cups. And the manual page. Here is to test the bottom feed, and the one jog, the machine one jog. Here is to test the bottom. Here is to test the bottom. You can feed the bottom. You can check. There's a horse reversal, that's machine reversal, written, and the one jog test the button. If this button on, we run the machine. The button will see the button. We'll see the button. We test the button. You see? It's test the button feed. It's test the button punch. It's test the button punch. This is normally this is used for test the button. Here is the one jog. So normally it will turn off. Only while there are this paper feed and sealing and transfer to here. This sensor detect and bottom feed. This preheating, the preheating motor, the preheat cardboard paper, pour the cardboard paper, and the serial motor, the step motor for the feed button, and the oil pump for the lubrication, and for the learning, cup learning. You test the learning. it's working, and the air blower and test ultrasonic, and the parameter, ultrasonic time, harmonic setting, preheat, and normally here is loaded change. Normally here is loaded change. Here is jog speed, you can change the jog speed and the learning speed, and normally is loaded change. Here is fine short alarm. Fine short is this sensor. Fine short is this sensor. And calibration alarm. Calibration alarm. Calibration. This one is the alarm is on. This calibration is this sensor. This sensor. This sensor will calibration. And the calibration alarm. This one is calibration. Calibration alarm. This one is for this sensor. For this sensor, if the car body cannot come to here, we'll stop to check to detect the car body transfer to here or not. And here is a cap dropper line, cap bottom shorter line. Cap bottom shorter line is for this sensor. For this sensor, cap bottom shorter line. Cap bottom shorter line for this sensor. And here this one is cap dropper lamp, cap outer lamp, cap drop. If the caps drop, here is a sensor. Here is a sensor. The cap drop here will alarm and stop. And the cap outer lamp. The cap outer line is this sensor. Cap outer line is this sensor. This sensor. This is not discharge. It will not discharge here and here. Not discharge the caps. This is two sensor. The two sensor is cap outer line. And the laboratory line. Laboratory line is a sensor here. This sensor is a laboratory line. This sensor is a laboratory line. Okay, we can show you one cap. We can show you this is cap shorter line. 那个老师，帮我走一张纸，走慢一点，点动，走一张纸，等一下，慢慢的，一步一步的，这里，然后那里，一步一步的停，对，等一下啊。Here is sensor, cap short sensor. Right now we start one paper. We show you. Here is sensor detect the angle, detect the absolute angle. Okay, this sensor detect the absolute 60 angle. 好的，走吧。Right now, absolute setting, and then let's go to the sensor. This sensor, you see, this sensor detects the cap barrel. This sensor detects the cap body setting. If not setting, we'll stop. 好，走。And then we'll lift to the mode. Go了。And lift to the mode, and this detect the sensor, detect the cap body, cap barrel. If this is not detect, we'll stop because and only here bottom feed, and then heating, bottom heating, and hotel heating, and knurling, cap bottom knurling, and cap top curling. And if the hair not detect the sensor, not detect, you see the sensor not detect the paper, we'll stop, and alarm. Okay. And here for discharge. If hair not discharge, and pass here, the hair pass and pass this one, we'll stop and alarm. Of course, same work for this one. Okay, here is the machine working on the alarm system, and the parameter and the list page. The list page for the angle. For the angle, normally do not change. Normally do not change the angle. If you have any problem, you can show us the angle. And we'll tell you how to detect. The answer to detect angle is here. This sensor detects the paper. and send the signal to the absolute. Then the absolute can working. Absolute can working. And paper detect angle. Paper detect angle is and here cap barrel angle. Cap barrel angle. This sensor angle. Cap barrel angle. And the cap razor detect angle. And the cap drop angle. All the angle normally is not to change. Okay, here is a finish. And here is to show you how to run the machine, or to normally how to run the machine. And after work 1 month, when you can use the oil pump inter work. For the first day working, you can use oil pump continue working, and then you can use this one. These two must on. If this one not on, the actual solid will not selling. If this one not on, if this learning motor not on, you must turn on the learning there. Okay, here's the machine running. And after the machine finish, normally for daily working, this sensor no need to turn off, no need to change, and also here no need to change. You just turn off the total power. And you check. 这里已经没有了啊，Well, there is low heating, low temperature. We auto stop the cooling, and you can turn off total power. Still working because this one still working until the heater is cooling. The thermic here is already cool. Normally this one is no need to turn off. For example, this one you turn on, keep turn on, and this blower keep turn on, and you just turn on total power and start work. Every day turn on total power and start work, and turn off total power. Only from here. And then stack paper alarm switch. Where the temperature available, stack paper, start working, stack paper, and alarm switch. Okay, here is the machine. Working. Heating solid relay. 好的，好。And here urgent stop, and here jog, and here is you should check voltage. Okay, here is the machine working.